Welcome back. Today's topic is market operations. So we have already seen what a market is, electric market is. We call it as an power exchange, but often we refer to as an electric markets or electricity market, or sometimes we refer to it as pool. So anyways, it is a power exchange where electricity is traded between the buyers and the sellers, where everybody will get a competitive price. Now, in this lecture, we will see about the different operations which will be carried out in the electricity market. In the last video lecture, we have seen about how to determine the market clearing price in the markets, and I hope that by the end of this video lecture, you will be able to at least classify the power markets, electricity markets. Now, I will concentrate only on these two things because these are the extensively found things, extensively commonly employed markets. One is a day-ahead market, the other one is an hour-ahead market. Based upon the real time of operation, markets, electricity markets are classified into 5 different types. One is a long-term market, short-term market, day-ahead market, hour-ahead market, and real-ahead market. These things are normally referred to as forward markets, where electricity will be traded. The decisions on trading of electricity will be made 1 year or a decade ahead. It is just like what we call it as in future markets, where only the decisions will be made. The electricity is not truly traded. So it is just like a virtual market. Let us suppose for 2022, January 1st, if I want to trade I want the electricity, so I'll be trading it on 2012 itself. So on 2012 itself, the decision will be made about how much electricity I'll be getting and at what price I'll be getting and from whom I'll be getting. These type of markets are called as long-term markets. So on this date, what will be having, only a decision will be done. Electricity will not be provided because you know that electricity is not a thing which can be stored at any point of view unless if you do have a very large storable capability. So it is just a decision which is made for the delivery of power on this day. So these are normally called as future markets or virtual markets. Now, these are referred to as spot markets, where you can see that for, let us suppose for this date, you will be doing it on 31st 12 2020. So only a day ahead you are trading in all the things and you are finalizing the schedules and deliveries. And on this day you will be having a delivery, and after that you will be going with the settlements. So these type of markets are called as day ahead markets, where the trading will be done 1 day before. And there will be hour ahead markets also, where trading will be done just only 1 hour before. And in real time markets, where trading will be done instantaneously. And our concentration will be on day ahead markets and hour ahead markets. The first thing is day ahead markets, which is a commonly encountered thing, where electricity will be traded, or the people will be committed for trading of electricity 1 day before the operating day. So a day ahead energy market lets market participants, both buyers and sellers, they commit to either buy or sell wholesale electricity 1 day before the operating day. So 1 day before the operating day itself, let us suppose 1/2/2022. So on 31st 1/2022 itself, commitments will be done. So some A will be delivering power to some from X. So this commitment at this price, so this will be decided 1 day before. So that's why it is called as a day ahead market. So this will reduce the price volatility. And for each hour of the 24-hour scheduling day, for each hour, for 1 to 24 hours. It is not exactly 1 to 24 hours. In some markets, you will see slots, which means each hour again can be divided into 2 slots or 4 slots, depending upon the country's phenomenon. In India, we do have 4 slots, which means slot 1 to 4 will be for first hour, 5 to 8 will be for second hour. So finally, I'll be getting slot 96. So commitments will be made for each of these slots. So what commitments, sellers, what they will do, they will build a schedule of supply at various prices, which we have seen in the last class. And buyers also, they build a schedule of demand at various prices. And for each hour, MCP is determined. or for each slot MCP is determined. Now, we'll have a quick look now. So what in a day ahead market, what the sellers and buyers they do, they specify the bids. So they will provide the bids, right? What they will be providing in the bids, the resources where and the price at which they are quoting and the volumes at which they are quoting. Whereas the buyers what they will do, this is seller bids. Buyers also they will quote the price and the volume which they want at that price, and also they will also mention the receiving points where they want to actually get the power delivered. And apart from this, what the power exchange will do after receiving the bids, it finalizes the MCP and it schedules a demand and supply. So it talks with the independent system operator. Most of the times he is a market operator also. So based upon that, delivery will be made. And what the independent system operator do? Once the bids are finalized in the MCP, once the MCP is finalized in the MX, this independent system operator, he will provide the transmission lines and ancillary services. So PX, the power exchange, again, it finalizes the schedules based upon the inputs from the independent system operator. Now, hour ahead markets, which we call them as real-time energy markets, the trading will be done during the course of the operating day, just like 1 hour ahead. They are very similar to day ahead markets, but the difference is that trades are for 1 hour and the ATC is reduced to include day ahead trades. So, this we will see in unit number 2. And the bids are not iterative. So, it is just like if bids are received, immediately they will be closed. So, the advantage of this real-time markets is that, let us suppose if anybody is not selected in the previous day, then he can be able to supply or he can be able to receive the power on the following day during the real-time markets. So it balances the differences between day-ahead commitments and the actual real-time demand for and production of electricity. So in this one, the MCP is determined in the power exchange itself, just like the day-ahead markets. The only difference is that it is due on the moment itself, it will be defined. So the bids received will be very low. So based upon that, MCP will be determined. And the market participants, they provide additional data to the PX. So apart from the regular things, some additional data will be provided. That's what I have mentioned here. You can go through them. And the ISO and the PX, both, now they know the injection points where the suppliers will be providing power, and they know the receiving points where the buyers will be taking the power. So based upon that, once they know these things, the generator schedules will be adjusted. So because already transmission lines are carrying power based upon the MCPs which have been delivered in the day ahead markets. So additional availability ATC that will be cornered by this real-time markets. So having discussed all these things, now what are the main factors in finalizing the MCP? Only supply and demands. So based upon these above factors, markets are classified as elastic and inelastic markets. That we will discuss in our next video lecture. I hope now you are able to understand what is the concept of day ahead market and hour ahead market. And these are the short questions for you. What do you understand by day ahead markets and hour ahead markets, and what is the difference between them, and which is beneficial for small markets and why it is so? Give your reasons. Thank you.